निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीतिः स्यात् जनार्दन पापमेव आश्रयेद अस्मान् हत्वेतान् आततायिनः. Hello friends, this is the 36th shlok of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and in today's video we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first understand its meaning. So the shlok says Nihatya Dhartarashtranna, which means by killing the sons of Dhritarashtra. Ka Priti Syat Janardana, which means what pleasure there is, O Janardan. Papameva Ashrayed, which means will go to the shelter of sin itself. Asman, which means we all. Hatvetan Atatayina, which means after killing all these Atatayins. So over here, what Arjun is telling Sri Krishna is that by killing all these sons of Dhritarashtra, what pleasure will we get, O Janardhan? We will all go into the shelter of sin by killing all these Atatayins. Atatayin over here means someone who has his bow drawn out and his arrows are pointing towards you. So basically he is talking about all the people who are present in the other army and who are ready to attack him. Now in this shlok we see that Arjun is saying what pleasure will we get, O Janardhan. So there's a very important message that you see over here. So we know that killing is not a very pleasurable activity. Of course, it's a very painful activity, and it's a very big sin that we consider in all societies. So in all the societies, killing the other person is a very big sin. So that's why Arjun is saying over here that what pleasure will we get, because it's a very unpleasurable thing to kill others, and we will go into the shelter of sin because killing others is basically performing a sin. But he's saying that to Janardhan over here, and Janardhan, of course, as we know, is the name of Sri Krishna, but it has a very specific meaning. If you look at this word Janardhan, you can break it into two parts, Jan plus Ardhan. Jan means people and Ardhan means to vanquish or to destroy or to move. So over here, when you understand this, you see that Janardhan as such is that aspect of God which we call the thing into which we end up after our death. So when we say that when we will die, we will all go into the abode of God. And so Janardhan over here in that sense means that who destroys us and then who takes us, receives us after we die. So it's basically saying that, what pleasure do we get, O destroyer of people, by killing these Dhritarashtra's son over here. So the subtle message that has been given to us is that death over here in this universe is all pervading. Everything that has been created will eventually get destroyed, and so all of us will eventually die and go into the abode of God. So what we can say is that we all die and God has made us mortal. I mean, God has made us mortal, of course, because if we were all immortal, this world will not be able to function because it will become very stale, very static, and it will be eventually not able to regenerate itself. So death in itself is associated with regeneration, and so God has made us all mortal. So in that sense, God is responsible for the death of every being that has been created in this universe. And so God actually kills everyone, you can say. And so when Arjun is saying that what pleasure will we get in killing all these people, he's saying that to a person who is actually responsible for the death of everybody. So which gives you a message that, yes, killing is not a very pleasurable activity, but in this universe, when we function, we do not function for the sake of pleasure, or we do not function for the sake of only happiness, we have to also take care of the dharma. We have to also take care of what is right. And God, of course, does not find any pleasure in killing ourselves, but He also has to take care of what is right and what is the proper way to do things. So that's why over here that message has been sent. And you can see in the next part of the shlok where he says, we will go into the into the shelter of sin by killing all these people who are going to be attacking us. So we, in our society, we will always find people who are ultra non-violence types, and they'll say that no matter what happens, no matter what situation arises, I will never kill the other person. Now this is one of the most stupid statement that anybody can make. I can just give you an example regarding this. So imagine that a terrorist gets hold of the weapons of mass destruction, and he's about to use them on a city, which will lead to the killing of millions and millions of people. Now, fortunately, you are in a position where you can kill this person and prevent this attack. Will you not kill this person or not? So, of course, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for you to kill that person. Yes, it's not pleasurable to kill that person, but for the sake of millions of people who might get killed, you will have to kill this person. So Arjun is not really understanding that over here. He is saying, what pleasure will I get in terms of killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Basically, he's saying it's very unpleasurable to kill them, and we'll only go into the shelter of sin by killing all these attackers. What he's not understanding is that if he does not fight over here and if he does not kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, they will become the kings of Kuru kingdom. And if they become the kings of Kuru kingdom, they, being on the side of Adharma, will become tyrants, and this will lead to a lot of pain for the common people of the Kuru kingdom. So this is not something that Arjun is understanding over here. So the thing is that when God kills all of us, He does not have see pleasure in it. There is no pleasure in this thing, but He has to do it because that's how regeneration in this universe can happen. Similarly, Arjun sees it very painful to fight the sons of Dhritarashtra, but he has to do it because these people are ready to kill him, and these people are on the side of Adharma. So Arjun has to understand that. So I hope I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.